everyone, my name's Julia and welcome to the Backyard Art School. So you may notice that I'm walking in the street and I'm just walking from my home to this art studio. It's actually my day off today, where I'm going to go and visit the art gallery. So my mum is teaching an art class at the studio at the moment, so I'm going to go and pick up all the camera equipment. So I'm just in the front yard of our backyard studio. As I said, my mum is teaching at the moment an art class for adults, so I won't disturb them. I am going to go in and grab the camera equipment that I need today. This will be a test for myself as well. I may forget things, so hopefully I remember to take everything, because there's a lot of stuff that goes with trying to shoot something or film something, including microphones and so forth. Okay, so I've got the camera equipment. I just realized I should have a backpack, but anyway, it's okay. Sort of made whatever I could with what I've got. I've got the bag and I've got the microphone, but yes, a backpack would be ideal, so I might have to shop for that. So that's my first lesson. All right, let's go. So I'm at the art gallery. I've made it through town. I walked through the streets, and it was an interesting experience. And as you can see behind me, the art gallery looks like it's being demolished, but it's not. It's they're actually constructing an incredible new contemporary city modern project. So it's going to be a contemporary art gallery that's going to be built, and I think it's going to look pretty special. Actually, they apparently have a lovely little small model of it inside, so you can have a look at that. And then I'm also there's no blockbuster exhibitions or anything like that, and it's usually this is the time where I like to go to the art gallery, is when I do go to some of the blockbusters art exhibitions, but I really love just coming in when I have some free time. I usually cycle in quickly through the city, and I then go and have a look at artworks that I'm familiar with as being the collection of the gallery, which I love to come in and see time and time again. And I also have a look at anything else that may be changed over in the main area. And I usually like to go during the day when it isn't perhaps a blockbuster, or during a time when there isn't huge amounts of people, so that I can have a really lovely time of reflection, looking at both old historic artworks as well as contemporary artworks. So I really enjoy just having a look, having a wander around. I won't be able to take my camera equipment in, but I will, after this, go into the botanical gardens, sit down in a quiet spot, set up my cameras, set up my sound equipment, and I'll just have a little recap of video of what I've seen and my thoughts and so forth. But yeah, I'll just have a few photos. You are allowed to take photographs when you're in the gallery, and I'll just take a few photos and just and have those on show for you to have a look at and to see. Okay, so I've just come to a beautiful little spot which is quiet, or quieter from the construction that's happening at the art gallery. and I thought that I'd just make a reflection of what I've seen and of today. It's always incredible. I could spend hours at the Art Gallery in New South Wales. There's always so much that can be seen and thought about and reflected on. And since COVID, I hadn't been to the art gallery, so once it was a lockdown, we didn't really have the opportunity to go. So this is the first time, and I was really fascinated about one of the exhibitions when I came straight through. It was of an Aboriginal works. And the works were of these beautiful lino cut ink prints, and the first one that I saw was of these beautiful barolgas on the wetlands, and these barolgas is something that my students have actually created artworks, group artworks of, as a subject for the Threatened Species Children's Art Competition. And it was wonderful to see these beautiful lino prints, because in term 2, which is next term, we're going to be doing lino prints as well, and we normally do look at threatened species as our subject for that. But the prints that I saw at the art gallery were very beautiful, and there was also another, I joined a talk which was a really wonderful experience. So the art gallery had a tour of the Aboriginal artworks that was part of the 23rd Biennale. Proposes a contemplative conceptual wetland at the art gallery. The works offer visions of rewilding and caring for our country. So we teach at Art Box workshops, to care for our environment is really an important factor. And I actually found that this visit to the gallery was really made me contemplate and really reflect on the importance of art in our society, with communicating things which are happening with our country. After I'd seen the Aboriginal talk, which was about the rewilding, which is really an important factor. I go camping during the holidays with my son, and one of the things that we like to do is we go to this land area, and they had actually, when I went over New Year's, they had a rewilding group which taught you how to, I think they were from Lower Mangrove Mountain, and they actually taught you how to create all those lovely tools from wood, and to do weaving and all those processes. And I think it's amazing that those sort of things are being carried through, and to also be foraging for native foods and so forth. In botanical gardens, I know that they have this amazing tours that they do as well with foraging for native foods, which are really high apparently in vitamins, and the vitamin concentration in a wild fruit or vegetable that you can find in the native land is much more higher in nutrition than what you would find perhaps in the vegetables that are sold in the shops. And then I had a look at the plans for the art gallery, which was quite interesting. So I'm at the display of the new contemporary gallery that's going to be built, and it looks pretty amazing. It's actually going to be the same size as the art gallery itself, and they've got this fantastic little model that you can see if you come inside, and it's this lovely wooden model of the new gallery space, and it looks really lovely. And they've also got a reenactment of a computer generated of the interiors, which you can see behind me, of what it may look like inside. So yeah, it's something to look forward to. It's going to take a couple of years, I think, for it to finish, but it's really exciting stuff that's going to be happening here, which is really good. Going through, I also went, after I had a little snack, went down to see ARTEXPRESS. I didn't realize this was on. It's still on, and I was really, really grateful that I was able to make it, because it's one of my most favorite exhibitions of the year to go and see. The level of artwork that is created by students during their HSC is always amazes me, always blows me away with what they create, especially during a time which is so intense as far as a final year of the HSC for students. You know, they're going through all sorts of stresses throughout the whole year, and the pressures of, you know, what they may need to be thinking about for university and studies. Like, there's so much pressure on high school students, and I really feel for them. And it was really eye-opening to see also how the high school students, how they went with COVID lockdown. I mean, I know that all parents and everyone else has been, you know, going through ups and downs, but to be able to go to ARTEXPRESS and see the perspective of what students went through during COVID lockdown through the expression of art was amazing. I'm just going to read through some of the artworks that, you know, sort of grabbed my eye. There was only a few. There was so many that were brilliant, but I just picked out a few to read through and to reflect on. And I sort of looked at artworks. I looked at the artworks as no favorites. It's just walking through it and choosing a variety of different mediums and concepts, and also different reflections as well. So I'm going to read through some of those artworks. So there was a series of drawings, digital drawings, by Indiana Grace from Skeggs Redland, and her artist statement is: the internet was an escape from reality, but now reality is an escape from the internet. Connection explores the erosion of social connection in a world where smartphones have become all pervasive. Through my body of work, I confront the audiences and challenge their endless appetite for digital immersion. My monochromatic digital drawings represent distracted inner city dwellers detached from the surroundings. My intent is for my work to show digital connectivity as an addiction, as a signal, a demand that we defend the autonomy of our attention. So that is Connection by Indiana Grace from Skeggs Redland. The next artwork, Fleas on the Blue and Silver Paddocks. The concept behind my body of work was to use clay forms to explore the beauty of the Australian landscape, and particularly a journey up the coast. As a young girl growing up, I spent my holidays at Seal Rocks with my family. My intent was to further explore those memories. My work includes a range of clay making techniques, including wheel throwing, coil building, and slip casting. My passion is for ceramics flourished when I went on a road trip up to the west coast and discovered a deep appreciation for the Australian bush and wildlife. And that is Scout Jurors from Newtown Performing Arts. So the next artwork that caught my eyes when I was going through was Jaslyn Brown. Jaslyn Brown is Northern Beaches Secondary College Freshwater Senior Campus. Always Be is painting on acrylic on board. Protest is a powerful catalyst for social change, and art has the ability to carry the essence of protest beyond the confines of time and place. Protesters united by dissent against the colonial narratives and entrenched racism that haunt Australian society have created a diverse community that is an important part of my life and integral to my understanding of national identity. This body of work is my personal expression of solidarity, immortalizing the message that reverberates across the streets of the nation on January 26 and beyond, that this land was always and always will be Aboriginal land. So that is by Jaslyn Brown from the Northern Beaches Secondary College Freshwater Senior Campus. And this is a Kalara High student, The New Aura. design an object. My body of work represents the birth of a new era where dynamic and limitless thinking will shape the future of architecture. Made with laser cut technology, my works are multidimensional, referencing their contemporary context as well as fragments of the past. They explore the dramatic interplay between space and light, with the intent with their abstract forms and delicate shadows create a powerful presence from the auras of the individuals. Structures and the environment, powerful yet weightless. Reflections of both the viewer and the surrounding landscape can be seen in my work, inspiring a sense of harmony and awareness. Then the next one is Angus Baldwin from the Northern Beaches Secondary College Freshwater Senior Campus, which is Turning a Blind Eye. This is a sculpture from oil, wood and aluminium. Deuteranopia, red-green color blindness. My greens are red and my blues are orange. According to the test at least. I thought being colorblind was my weakness, but perhaps is playing a role in society that will not open its eyes. Not willing to see the destruction of our environment through the continued use of fossil fuels, I used train molds, oil paint, rust patina and recycled bike wheels in my body of work to represent my memories, all tainted now. A warm house in winter, more carbon in our atmosphere. My favorite soft toy filled with plastic that never breaks down. And that's by Angus Baldwin. Northern Beaches Secondary College Freshwater Senior Campus, Turning a Blind Eye. Amazing. We also have Gerald Barrios from Mossman High School, which was, he worked as barista in a coffee place, obviously, in Mossman, and his artwork is called Take Away, a collection of works, mixed media. Inspired by my upbringing and working in my family's cafe, my body of work represents the people and the experiences that have made an impression on my life. Encounters are brief, and while I make each person's coffee, they tend to reveal small measures of their personalities. Using gestural drawings and prints, some made using the coffee I brew every day, I express the brief encounters, the small takeaways that occur with each patron. Some old friends, some regulars, and some one-off customers. Cafes are a collective, tactile, loving environment, and the people within them create memories and joy. So that was by Gerald Barrios from Mossman High School. Okay, the next one is Look Up by Matthew Barrett from Cherrybrook Technical College High School. This is a photo media digital print on a luster paper. In my body of work, 11 digital images of the night sky and Milky Way express ideas of isolation and how I witness their beauty. I designed the works to complement each other using long exposure photos of 20 to 30 seconds. The central work is a self-portrait, silhouetted, representing the isolation of nighttime without everyday distractions. Through the process of creating this work, I have gained a greater appreciation of the wonders of the world and how easily they are overlooked. By using many locations around New South Wales, I demonstrated that these wonders are accessible for anyone to enjoy. That's powerful. I love that one. Okay, and from Grace Shattock, Loreto Kirribilli, Lockdown. Painting on oil paper. My body of work explores the current disconnection between people despite the world being in its most connected, globalized state. The pandemic has heightened social disconnection with the need for physical distancing, producing isolation characterized by fear, confusion, discomfort, and reflection. Each painting in my work represents the subject in their own world. Though positioned in a cluster, their gazes are never shown to directly meet, remaining averted from both the audience and each other.
expressing a sense of detachment from the world around them. Unique brushworks and colour palettes for each work represents the subjectivity of our inner experiences. Very powerful. And I hope that you enjoyed it too. I would like to hear your comments down below. Please subscribe as well. Any tips that you'd like to say, or if you've went to the art gallery recently and what did you enjoy seeing? If you went to see the ARTEXPRESS, I'd love to hear your comments as well on your thoughts with the exhibition, even your thoughts on the new art gallery and contemporary art gallery that we have. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you next time.